Hey everybody, today we're going to do a slightly different type of DIY shit, but you'll see what I'm talking about in a minute or two, right here on my vaping place. Hey everybody, Joe here. Nice of you to join me today. Thanks for coming. Now, like I said to you in the introduction, this is going to be a slightly different type of DIY show, okay? I'm not going to sit here like I did in the last 3 DIY shows that I did, making a mess, mixing stuff up, and showing you what it's like. You know, you should, if you don't know what it's like, then take a look at those 3 DIY shows that I recorded and spent a lot of time working on and doing editing and stuff like that. That'll give you an idea. Plus, it'll also give you an idea of all the different stuff that you need in order to be able to do things. Okay? Yeah, there's a slightly different look to things today. I redid my backdrop here, re-angled the camera a little bit. Yeah, you're getting some really nasty reflection in my glasses. I'm sorry about that. There's very little I can do unless I shut the monitor off, and then I lose just about everything that I'm doing here. So I won't be able to see what I'm doing. I'll be flying totally blind, and can't do that. Okay, what we're going to be looking at here today is, as I said, is a slightly different type of DIY show. Recently I've been hearing a lot of talk from some people on the other side of the pond. They're really getting a little bit antsy about what's going to be happening when the TPD comes into effect. And to tell you the truth, I don't blame them, okay? TPD is really nasty, because not only are they're making it look like they're still allowing you to vape, and they're not doing anything to keep you from vaping. Bull. Pure, unadulterated bull. Anybody who's had a chance to read the TPD Article 20 of the TPD knows that that thing is designed to pretty much kill off vaping with an air bubble right in its veins. Well, I'm going to give you something today that may help you just a little bit on that. One of the provisions of the TPD is that you're not going to be able to get, I believe it's, I forget if it's 10 or 20 milliliters of juice maximum. I think it's only 10 milliliter bottles. Excuse me, I got a little bit of a head cold working on me today, so I'm snuffling like a snuffleupagus here. And I forget, I think it's up to a maximum of 6 milligrams per milliliter of nicotine in that maximum. I might be wrong, but I think it's somewhere in that range. Well, that's not good for a new vapor. Most new vapors who are coming off of cigarettes need somewhere in the 10, 12, 16, 18 milligrams of nicotine per milliliter range. That's really going to turn around. It's really going to hurt people quite a bit. But you guys out there who are listening to this today, January 5th, 2016, you guys will turn around and be able to help. Once the TPD really starts to kick in and comes into full force, you guys out there are going to be the main weapon against the TPD. You guys are the ones who are going to be out there and be able to go out there and help all those new vapors that are trying to quit and are stuck with the closed circuit, closed cartomizers that they can't do diddly with. Okay, and they can't turn around, they can't get nicotine any more than 10 milligrams per milliliter, or even 6, which is going to do nothing for them. they're going to be sitting there chain vaping it, and they're going to get so frustrated they're going to throw it away, and they're going to go back and grab themselves a pack of smokes faster than you can say Jack Robinson, okay? That's where you come in. You show them this website that I'm going to show you right now. Right there. See that website right down there? That website is a website that allows you to put in the specifics for 2 or more different kinds of e-juice at different amounts, at different PG-VG ratios, and different nicotine milligram per milliliter amounts. Did I get your interest already? Did somebody's ears perk up? Did their eyes start to sparkle? Well, if not, it should be. Watch. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. Wake up and smell the coffee, folks. All right. Give me a second here. I have to get this up here. Okay. Get a load of this. Juice 1. I use that name to turn around and show you pretty much as a generic juice. 10 milliliters, the most that you probably will be able to get under the TPD in one bottle at one time. You buy that at 0 milligram Nic. 50-50. See that right there? 50% PG, 50% VG. You should be able to get that pretty easily under the TPD. Now, you go to some place like Totally Wicked that sells the bottles, little bottles of nicotine. Okay? I think in England, the most that you can get it at is 36 milligrams per milliliter. Look at what I got here. Nicotine syrup, 36 milligrams per milliliter. Okay? Now, 5 milliliters of that, 100% VG. We come down here and looky what we got. Combined e-liquids equals 15 milliliters. Oops. TPD, bye-bye. 12 milligrams of nicotine per milliliter, which is good for somebody who's like an intermediate vapor, who's maybe been vaping for about a month or so and is already stepping down his Nic level. And look at what we got here. 66.67% VG, 33.33% PG. Wow. He can chuck clouds. Now, ain't that cool? Show you what I'm talking about here. Now, if we take that 5 milliliters that we're going to put in there, 36 milligrams per milliliter, let's make that 6 milliliters of nicotine syrup. Let's calculate. Ooh, gee. Now we've got 13.5 milligrams of nicotine per milliliter, 31.25% PG, 68.75% VG. Well, it seems that the VG level is starting to climb a little bit. So let's do a little bit of fiddling here. Now, supposing you're vaping the same kind of juice all the time, you still got a little left in one of your bottles, or you buy 2 bottles of the same thing. Let's change that to, we'll say, 11 milliliters of your store-bought juice, still at 0 milligrams, 50-50. And now we've got 6 milligrams of the 36 milligram per milliliter 100% VG Nic. Let's take a look and see what we come up with. Okay, we're still at 12.71 milligrams of nicotine per milliliter because you forget, this is 0 milligrams here. We're playing with the ratio here between these two. But look at what we got here. We now got 17 milliliters of juice, and you're back down to 67.65. So you're still roughly at the same amount of VG-PG ratio as you had when you started with 10 milliliters and 5 milliliters there. So you see, you can turn around and get around the TPD. You can help people. 12.7 milligrams of nicotine per milliliter. You can adjust this ratio. Now we'll say you got the 11 milligrams there. You bring this down to, we'll say, 5.5 milliliters of the Nic syrup. Wow. We're back up to 12 milligrams of nicotine, and you're back down to the 66.67. You play with these figures. Now, if you turn around, if you were able to get yourself, we'll say, 6%, 6 milligrams, 6 milligram juice from the store. Wow, now you got 14.71 milligrams. You're talking to 65, almost 65% VG, 35% PG. See what I'm talking about? This calculator can do you a lot of good. All right? So, having said all of that, we're going to now come back over here, and you're going to get to see my lovely face again without that little square around my head. Once again, I'm showing you the calculator's web address down there. Now, to do this kind of DIY, once you've got those figures, you're going to need one of these. Measuring syringe. This is a 1 milliliter measuring syringe. Okay? You see all of those marks on there? If that will zoom in. Come on. Well, you might not be able to see it too well, but each one of those tenth of a milliliter, each one of those tenth of a milliliter marks on there has hundredth of a milliliters marks in between. 3.5, 3.6 milliliters. That's 3 full ones of this from here to here, and then 0.5, 0.6. Okay? 0.5, 0.6, 0.7, 0.8. Just fill it up to there. And because this goes to hundredths of a milliliter, you can fine-tune your Nic and your VG level PG, your VG-PG ratio the way you want. With those different parameters, you can turn around and make yourself a juice that will do what you need it to do for you. And think of it this way. With that same calculator, you can take 2 different juices, supposedly maybe even at 0 Nic each. Or one is at 0 Nic, another one is at 3% Nic, and get your 36% nicotine solution and make your Nic the strength you need it to be. Okay? I want to thank the gentleman who made that website that you're seeing right down there. I did really try to get in touch with you, but I couldn't find any kind of reference for you on the web. If you happen to see this video in any way, shape, or form, there's no way for me to get in contact with you. Okay? And since you did put this up and make it free to use for everybody out there on the web, please excuse me, I am using it under fair use and open use principles. Thank you very much for making this available to not only me, but also to all the rest of the vapors out there who may be needing this in the future. Thank you very much, sir. And maybe you can put some way in there for us to be able to log in or set up an account, because there's no way of logging in or setting up an account that I could see on there. Maybe I'm wrong. If I am, and you do see this, and you can tell me how to do it, put the notes, please send me a message in the notes section of this video down below, so that way I can share it with all the rest of the people out there who might like to know about it. That's if you even see this. I hope you do. Once again, sir, thank you. And for all the rest of you guys out there, okay, I hope this helps you out a lot. Okay? I really sincerely hope that this helps you out, because this is what I like to do, helping people out. Having said all of that, I'm going to chop out of here now. If you like what you saw, hit the subscribe button down below. Hit the like button down below. Okay? Also, tell your friends. I've only got 30 subscribers right now. I could use a few more. Please? Thanks. Till later. Have a nice one. Don't forget, fight the TPD, fight the FDA regulations. We have to nullify these regulations by civil disobedience when and if they do come in. Because these kind of restrictive laws that are being forced down our throats by Big Pharma, big anti-smoking lobby, big tobacco, who actually is in reality going to be hurt by these just as much as we are, because they've got billions and billions of dollars now invested in the e-cigarette market once they realize that, hey, this could potentially be big business for us. What can I say? But you got the big medicine, you've got Big Pharma, who makes its money from treating diseases, not curing them, treating them. You've got a whole host and raft of other people out there who make their daily bread off of smokers continuing to smoke. And vaping is going to kill it off. Till next time, peace out. May the road rise to meet you. May the wind be ever at your back. Bye.